Sweet Truth, episode 2, extras.
Talk up, my girl, talk up. We don't want nobody think say you're dainty, talk up.
So, come on then. Dish the dirt. Have you ever not been paid properly by a brand before?
Yes, once. I did have a bit of trouble with one company. They asked me how much it would be for billboard use, so I said X amount. And then they said, oh, we're not going to use it. We've decided we're just going to use the video content instead. I said, that's fine. So didn't send my invoice just yet because I had a feeling that they might just accidentally go on a billboard without my permission. And I drove past it and they'd used it and they hadn't asked me. So yeah, I sent my invoice in after that with an extra X amount on, and they said, what is this? Like, what is this? And I said, oh my God, well, you've used my photo on billboards and didn't ask me, so here is how much it is. And they said, oh, it was an accident, it wasn't meant to go up. And I said, how did the billboard company get hold of the photo that wasn't meant to go up? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said, it doesn't matter if it was an accident or not, it's been used. And they said, oh, it's only been up for a day. And I said, it's not, because you told me you'd seen it in Liverpool, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it was in, yeah.
Yeah, and I had people telling me that it's in London and Birmingham, and I'd seen it myself, like, for a couple of days in Manchester.
But also, it's not like they're going to go around suddenly and strip it down. It's going to stay up.
Yeah.
Even if it's been up for a day.
I said, it doesn't matter if it's been up for 1 minute or 1 year. Like, that's how much it is. Sorry, you're just going to have to pay it. And this is a company who got, like, shitloads of money as well. So you just think, what I charged you wasn't very much, and that's, like, my bills for, a month or something. So
How did you feel when you saw it?
excited,
Yeah.
but fuming. Like, so fucking
like
fuming.
Bittersweet,
Yeah.
like,
It's
yeah.
everyone's dream, isn't it, to have the work up there?
Yeah, because it was like my first billboard as well, so I was really, really excited about it. I thought, oh my God, can't wait to tell my dad. And then I thought, oh shit, now I have to actually send some emails
And deal with...
Yeah. It was horrible though, because it was back and forth for so long, and they tried to say, oh, well, because it was only up for this amount of time, I've calculated it out, and if we pay you £11 for it.
£11.
And I said, 11? Like, where have you got that calculation from for a start? Like, no, sorry, it's this much. But then I said, like, I'm sorry, but I've worked with you for a really long time. I thought we were on, like, 11. I'm going to have to take you to court if you don't pay it. So I lost so much sleep from it because I was so stressed, and it's just me.
Yeah.
Like, no one's protecting me. No one's, like, helping me out. Like, my mum and dad didn't really understand. Like, they couldn't really help. So I thought, I'm going to have to, like, learn all this shit myself and figure out how to get my money, because it's mine. Like, I've done the job.
I can't believe they want to pay £11
I know. I thought, what a stupid calculation that is anyway. Like, how insulting. Safe to say, I haven't worked with that company since.
What did your mum and dad say then? Like, did you tell them?
Yeah, I mean, they tried to help me with, like, oh, why don't you say this? But I had it. I knew what I was
It's almost like you
gonna
need
say.
like legal advice for that, something like that.
Yeah.
There's a website called Association of Photographers, and if you go on it, you can kind of type in they do like a usage calculator, so you can type in what kind of content you've shot, what countries it's going up in, how, like, for how long.
Yeah.
And it kind of calculates how much you should earn from that. And it's like a national kind of photographer's rate.
That's so useful, because how do you know? Like, how do you even rate yourself?
Yeah.
Like,
but even then, it's
depends.
so hard to get brands to agree to that amount.
Yeah.
And because sometimes it seems like quite a lot, you yourself are a bit unsure, like, really, this is a lot. But
the
it's
amount of
obviously-
money that they're
yeah,
going to make from those
that
billboards
advertisement,
is ridiculous. So it's not that much,
No.
really, in the grand scheme of
Yeah.
things.
Do you think the industry is like that then for photographers? Like we said about this website, do you think there needs to be more things like that can unite photographers?
Definitely. I know, like, there's quite a few photographers in London that are trying to put, like, together a group of people that kind of I think they're trying to make everyone's rate stay the same, because I think a lot of people get undercut and things like that. Whereas if it was all just done on talent and skill, then rather than cost, it would kind of be a more fair game.
Yeah, because so many people will say, "Oh, I'll do it for £200 less," and then it's just the saturation in the market is just, it's not good, because then I miss out on jobs because someone has gone to that person who's a lot cheaper. But is it really going to be as good, like, just because it's a little bit less?
Do you think that's a significant part in, like, that plays, I don't know, I can't get my words out. Do you think that's a significant part in your job then, like noticing that and the competitiveness with the market and how little people charge sometimes?
Yeah. I think it's people that, I don't think people necessarily mean to do it. I think they just don't know their worth, and they don't know that how much they should be charging, and they're just flattered to be asked, rather than actually thinking of the amount of work they're going to have to do for that, and also that they're also like undercutting people's stuff just for work. But eventually, like, I mean, I've had people that they haven't booked me because I've been too expensive, but then they've then had it shot by someone else, it hasn't been as good, and then they've come back to me, and I'm just like,
why did you
like
stray?
you've now spent more money on the same thing. So it's just, I think
you get what you pay for.
Definitely.
Is it very competitive, do you think?
Yeah, there's so many of us.
Yeah.
There's so many.
And really, there's only one really. It's very rare that you go onto set. It's got to be a big job if there's going to be more than one photographer there. So
yeah, it doesn't really happen that often.
Yeah.
No. I've done it once. The billboard, the billboard shoot. That there was 2 of us on that, which was quite weird, unnecessary.
What, 2 photographers?
Yeah.
See, I could understand with a videographer.
Yeah. Oh no, there's one of them as well. So there's 3 of us. I don't know why.
Do you think it's competitive? What do you think? Like,
I do, but I think as well, like, you've got to, like, you can be competitive, but it's like I think we were saying earlier, so we can pass jobs on to each other. You've got to still make friends that are your peers, and like meet people that you trust and you get on with, and that you know you can recommend to a brand if you can't do a day, and they're going to do a good job, but they're not going to try and undercut you and steal that brand off you. They're just going to go in, help you out, and then...
I think that's a good way to look at it. Like, if a lot of photographers or anyone, for instance, actually in this industry, were more friendly with each other, they'd understand that, oh my God, they were going to get paid this, so I should stick with that rate too. And then maybe then we wouldn't have that problem of undercutting, because like you said, it's people who don't know the worth, and if they actually spoke to someone else, they'd be like, you know, you should be getting more for this. And it's not more so, oh, I'm going to go less so I can get the job. It's more, actually, let me help you out. You should be getting a bit more for this.
Yeah, I mean, I try and help people. If I've had conversations with people that they've maybe said, oh, I was getting paid this much, how much were you getting paid? I'm honest about it, because I would rather they just charge the right amount than just completely undersell themselves.
Because then brands are more turned away when we say our rates, because they're so used to other people saying less rates, so then we won't get the job, because like, oh, that's really expensive, but it's not. It's actually what it's worth.
Yeah.
So much work goes into it. Like, you don't just finish your day shooting, because then you've got your retouching and it lasts until midnight. So we don't just do a shoot and then go home and then go to the gym and then go to sleep and have our teas and stuff.
It's very rare.
Working.
Very rare I get a night off, really. It's like you say, you finish, you go home, you catch up on emails for an hour, then you think, right, better start editing the shoot. Or not even, sometimes it's not even editing, it's just going through the images to then send to the brand for them to choose the ones that they want to pick. It's like there is just so much imagery to go through.
Do you ever stop? Do you ever switch off? Do you think?
Not really.
No, never.
But I think that's a good thing, because you don't want to, because you live and breathe this lifestyle that we've chosen. We want to do these things.
I'm very happy doing it. I think that's a good point, because that's why you need to be so passionate about what you do when you're in photography, because it's so much more than just clicking a button on a camera and taking a pretty photo. There's so much that goes into it, especially freelance. Like, you have to market yourself. you have to be your own agent, you have to be your own PA, like there's
Accountants.
yeah, accountant,
Taxes, that dreads it.
lawyer.
Going to the
Yeah.
Like there's just you just have to be everyone
You have to be on
in
it,
one
because if
person.
you're not, then
Yeah.
you are the only person that is going to suffer. If you're not on it, you're not paying your bills, you're not living in your nice house.
So you have to have some passion really to keep that up, because
Yeah.
it's a lot of
Yeah.
work, isn't it? I think that's what I've found as well. Lately I'm trying to just find the balance between working so much and what's just happened.
Hello?
Just had a power cut.
So therefore, I must be 100 with you and tell you really what it was.
Just got real.
I forgot what we were saying though.
Was it? The last thing we were talking about was like having to be passionate about the job.
Oh yeah.
Obsessed.
Obsessed. Be obsessed.
I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed.
Why are you obsessed? Where does it come from? Do you
Because I
think-
don't want to do anything else. This is
Yeah.
all I want to do, so I have to be. I'm not having a normal job.
Do you ever have a point in your day or like in your week or just at some point you come to it and it's like you said before, like you're always keeping hold of some brands in a database that you want to work with. Do you ever just brainstorm and like these are my next couple of goals for the year or for the next couple of months?
Yeah, each month, well, I don't do it as often now, but I used to like, on the first of every month, I would like write what I wanted to do that month, like my goals, who I wanted to contact, how many new clients I'd want to work with and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that again because it makes you feel more motivated.
Yeah, definitely. I love writing lists all the time. Even if it's just like make me this. Just like that feeling
Just so you
of
can
like
tick it off.
ticking it off. Oh my god, it's so nice.
I've started
So
doing it on my
satisfying.
phone now and I have like bold titles and then da-da-da. I love
Me
it.
too. On notes where you can just tick stuff as well. Love it.
Yeah, that's what I do. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
I think it's really important to like be really focused in the goals you want, whether it's for the week, for the month, for the year, because I think it just helps you home in on what you want and it works.
If you
It
know
gets
what
you
you
where you
want,
wanna be.
you'll get it because you want it enough.
I think a lot of it as well is back on yourself. Like you've got to know, like you said, you've got to know your worth, but you've also got to know, listen, I'm good. Like look at some brands and be like, that's my style. I can do that.
Yeah.
And I think you've got to push yourself in that respect as well. I think we spoke about it last episode as well. Like sort of getting comfortable with who you are and what type of person you are and what's your style and working with that. But then obviously there is a point where you have to be versatile as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, so you'll know your own style, but then if someone says, do you think you could do something like this? Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got to, otherwise you don't get that job.
I think people will come to you because they like your style, but they might have a vision or an idea of what they want to do. And a lot of people you have to be adaptable for, because if they've got a strong brand and a strong brand image, they will want you to create. Why can't I say that word? Create work which reflects them and not necessarily you. Because at the end of the day, you are your own brand.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I feel like we've covered everything
we
this
have.
time. Blown a bulb now as well, so.
I know. Yeah, I think that's it.
So therefore, I must be 100 with you and tell you really what it
Shit
was.
just got real.